You live on an urban farm. Space is at a premium. Things that are dead have to go very quickly, but you also learn a little lesson from IKEA and go vertical. Use that vertical space. So a couple of years ago, I had this idea to turn this old barrel into a planter. And then I started seeing all of these stackable vertical planters with different homesteaders and stuff on other long form video social media sites. And I had that black barrel and I thought, surely we could turn this into a vertical planter, but I didn't know where to start. So I have a friend whose husband did it for me. And then last year, my rain barrel that had damage that I couldn't use anymore, he turned this one into a planter for me too. Every once in a while, I had some really good ideas too, and one was taking this PVC pipe, putting holes in it so it would put water all the way down through the tube. And what I'm showing you here is how I need to add more dirt. These are the plants that I'm going to be putting in there, some baby bok choy, some red Russian kale, and later I'll show you some lettuces that I'm going to add to. Every year I buy some big bags of dirt from Costco that's the organic choice. I only buy the organic choice and they usually have a sale early in the season. But throughout the whole season, I'm usually there multiple times, purchasing as many as 10 or 20 bags a year, just so I can add to the beds and things like this barrel. It's just a lot easier to get the dirt in those little slots as I go along. And I'm going to show you here, basically, I just put the plant in, put some soil around it. Now this is tricky with only one hand while I'm holding the camera. And right here, I'll point out that this first barrel that had Clarence do, I asked him for so many openings, and then when I got it, I realized my plants couldn't have a very big root base before I could get in there, or before I would be able to get them in there. So on that blue barrel that he just did for me last year, I asked him to do fewer slots and to make them wider openings, and it's definitely easier to get bigger root bases in those slots. Last year, I grew some of the best kale I've ever grown in this same barrel. Was able to share it with several friends and neighbors, but also had a lot that I could dehydrate for my chickens, fed a lot of it to my chickens, and it just kept going all season long. I did keep it covered with some, I don't know, deer net or bird net or something like that to try to keep the deer and rabbits from eating it. But really, I had so much, I ended up just turning a lot of it into compost. So kale, lettuces, spinach, they all grow very well in here. Now the baby bok choy, because I want them to bulb up around the base, I'm going to put them in the top. Here's those lettuces I was talking about. This is obviously very compact. I started this inside. I'm usually better about thinning it out and using the baby greens in my salads so that this doesn't happen, but I'm really behind this year in my urban farming. So right now I'm just pulling out a big chunk and I'm going to separate them out and put them in the barrel too. 28 plants on the outside of the black one and 26 or 27 on the top. I can actually get over 50 plants around the outside of this one barrel, and depending upon the size of what plants I'm putting on the top, obviously that's several baby bok choy. A super great idea to have that PVC down through the middle. Doesn't exactly work the way I want it to. I usually do have to at least start the season with watering everything on the outside, but theoretically I can put the hose on the top of this tube and those holes make it water all the way down through. Okay, this is not my ideal situation. I'm hungry, it's after 3 o'clock and I've had no lunch, so I know that's a mess and it needs tidied up. I'm just trying to get through the night here until I can get some more deer net, and I actually have that too close. It's too tight on there. I am just trying to keep squirrels out of the top and deer, or we have coyotes, raccoons, foxes, weasels, possums, we have everything in the city. Deer have literally walked right up here to my front porch area and eaten. So I do everything I can to keep them out. I don't have any more deer net, or at least that I can find. This will have to do. I'll show you the deer net when I get it. I actually need to put another landscape tie over here. But if you garden, this is like your number one purchase. Landscape staples. They are all over my yard. I find them on the ground all the time because I just use them everywhere. And I usually in the winter, I just stack them on a tomato cage, or I'll put them in here, or I have a little place up here on my patio that I put them, and you probably can't hear me. But I buy about 200 every year. I just use them everywhere. So if you're just getting started, they are cheap and you will use them all over the place. I didn't mean for this to become a TikTok shop video, but you know, it is what it is. So enjoy. See you later.